Hiya, Tuesday evening with you till 9 o'clock. We're Hobby Maker. I'm Dave. Amanda is back. Hello, my love.
Hello, how are you?
I'm all right. I'm all right. You had a good show earlier on?
We did, yeah.
Amanda is Honeydew Crafts, and I've known Amanda for a number of years. And your speciality is stamps and stencils. Really.
It is. We are bringing in new bits. Watch this space in January, everybody.
Oh, okay. But we've got a new collection today as well.
We do.
Okay. Now, what we'll do first of all is give you the details of the entire collection, which is always the best value for money. And I know quite a large percentage of the stock did go in the earlier show today. So if you couldn't watch that and you're just getting in now, turning the television on, what you've got here, there's so much. You get all of these amazing stencils and the stamps, and I'll go through them all individually and show you what the design team have done, some of the finished cards as we go. This is actually called the Floral Rounds and More. So you've got wreaths, you've got all sorts of different types of wreaths, some that are sparse that you can decorate, some that are really full. You've got loads of circles going on there as well, beautiful florals on their own, because that's the thing for you, isn't it?
It is. Florals is definitely our thing, definitely.
The Mystical Bouquet is only available, that one that you see in the middle there, is only available in the main collection. It's sold out individually. And you get all of these stencils as well. So it really is a bumper bundle. Do you design everything yourself?
I design some of it. Some of it is licensed, and some of it we have some designers in for. So,
right.
Yeah,
but
a little bit of everything.
Everyone can buy and sell what they make.
Certainly can, as long as you hand stamp it and you don't reproduce it on a photocopier or a printer. You can do whatever you like with it.
Okay, now I'll go through quite quickly what you're going to get in the big bundle, and we will show you details at some point of the individuals. Mystical Bouquet, though, is only available in the bundle. It's sold out completely on its own earlier on, but look at how that stamps. And your stamps are always the best quality.
All of our stamps and stencils are all made in the UK, and when we first started working with our stamping company, they actually emailed me about 3 months in and said, thank you for making us work harder. And I thought, it's a bit of an odd email to get. But at the time, we had some stamps that were really fine lined, and they were really struggling with them. And every time they came, if they weren't right, they went back.
Right.
And I really put the pressure on. So yes, everything has to be perfect for us.
Mystical Bouquet is in the big bundle. Okay, so is this, which is your Forever Flowers. There we go. So you've got the beautiful artwork. Really easy to colour these in as well.
Really easy to colour in. And again, easy to cut out if you want to fussy cut them as well. So
perfect. And let's show you some of the cards that have been used with those. Love it. So if you're using embossing powders, parchment, now that price on the screen is what it should be. It's not the price we're going to charge you today, and it will be on split pay as well. So should we get the price down now? EFHN 49, if you want all of these stamps and the stencils, it's $85.99 for the lot, and it's on split pay as well. So what split pay have we got on that? Is it 2 or 3?
3, I think it was. It was 3 earlier, I think.
It'll be 3,
right?
yeah. It will be on 3. Okay, so this one's called Floral Circles. And you've got some lovely sentiments there as well. You've got with love, just because, just for you. What does that one say there?
Where are we?
You're in my thoughts, or in our thoughts, sorry.
You're
Thank
in our
you.
Thoughts, yeah.
But what can you do with them? I love this. We're just picking out the flower and colouring that in.
That's just all you need to do with this. It's such a simple card.
Look at the stencil in the background.
And that's our new flame stencil.
Beautiful. Another stencil in the background.
That's the new quilted one.
Excellent.
And that's just white embossing powder onto black cardstock.
Beautiful. There's your thank you. That looks like quilting at the back, especially with the little gems in the middle.
You could get so carried away with this one, and that's the one that we did in the demo earlier.
Perfect. I love it on dark cards.
It's really effective, isn't it? Coloured with pencils. It's
beautiful.
Really effective.
So that one, if you want that individually, is available. That's called Floral Circles. Next one is Never Ending Foliage, which is this stamp collection. So again, you've got some little verses on there too. Thinking of you, happy birthday and wishes, and the happy and the birthday are separate, so you can put them on top of each other, next to each other. Wishing you a day wrapped in happiness. Just wanted to say hello. Look at this.
And that's just gold embossing powder on red cardstock. So you don't have to be a colourist, you don't have to enjoy colouring to use any of these.
Now split pay is there, it is an option. Should be $28.66 if you want to split the price into 3 equal payments, or if you want the call centre to do it, you can give them a call. It should come up as an option on the app and also on the website. We'll just put the details on the screen again for you and just see if it drops down for you. Should do. EFHN 49, beautiful, beautiful cards, stunning. Okay, so that's that one. That one's called again, Your Never Ending Foliage. Vintage Wreath is this one. Here it is. Yeah, it just needed a kick. There we go. Look at this for a wreath.
This one you could do so much with, or just depending on the colour that you decide it's going to be or not be. and just pop a different sentiment in there, and it completely changes the whole look of the whole
Vintage Reef
design.
is available separately as well on the website, but look at that.
So that's white on white.
Love it.
Really effective.
Look at it on a darker blue card.
And that's silver embossing powder onto a blue card. So that's the two there already that you don't need to colour, and it shows you that you can use it on an 8x8 card or on I think these are 5x5s and 6x6s. This one's a 7x7. That was the one I did in the show earlier.
Beautiful. And that's gold embossing powder.
Gold embossing powder again, yeah.
Then black ink coloured in. Is that watercolour?
She usually puts on, yeah, watercolour pencils.
Watercolour pencils. Beautiful. So those are the stamps, but then you're also going to get, as an extra Billy bonus, you're going to get the stencils as well. Now, this stencil is just amazing.
I love this stencil.
I do too.
I have had so much fun playing with this stencil, to the point where I had to stop myself doing demos with it because I wasn't going to get anything else done.
I mean, it could be a licking flame, couldn't it? It reminds me of like the phoenix rising from the ashes, that sort of effect.
That's kind of where I got the idea of the name from, really. I think it just looks like exactly that.
Yeah. So what's that one called?
It is called Flame.
Oh, Flame. Okay. And then, again, that's available as a separate item if you just want to buy that.
That's the one you saw me do earlier as well.
Beautiful, isn't it? And with a stencil, you don't have to use all of it. You can use it on a smaller card if you want to, but if you do want to use all of it, you can do a fantastic 8x8.
You can, really easily.
Okay, so that's that stencil. Then you're going to get the next one, which is this one here, squares and rectangle. This looks almost like a circuit board to me.
It does. Do you know, that is very true. I kept looking at that thinking it reminds me of something when I was making it up. And I was just playing around with squares and ended up with this, and I thought, I really like that.
Yeah, I do too. or a retro game, like a computer game of like the 1980s or
Can
70s.
you imagine having to type in all of that now? That we used to have to play computer games.
But as backgrounds, aren't they just effective? I mean, that would make a lovely mail card.
It's ideal for absolutely any occasion.
Yes.
I think this one. We've got a couple of samples there that are done with flowers on the background.
Yep.
Oh, sorry, it's in the background of flowers, and then there's the ones that are just literally that.
Then you're going to get another stencil. This time you've got the positive and the negative. So you've actually got the aperture and you've got the detail. And this one is called your leaf crest. Leaf crest. Look at that. Oh, hang on. Don't forget, embossing stencils can also be used for embossing.
And we're going to in today's show.
Are you?
We are.
Okay, cool. Isn't that just so beautiful? And then the final stencil, then we've shown you everything in the bundle, is this one, which is your quilted stencil, which is one of the ones I really loved in that little kind of preview there, where you had the little faux diamonds in the crossover bits. That worked a treat. But it really does look like a quilted sofa or a quilted headboard, possibly. A quilted handbag, it could be that. Yeah, absolutely. But look, just doing a smaller square, offsetting it as a diamond, how effective.
And they all just look so different, don't they?
Yeah,
It doesn't
totally.
matter.
Different
It's
coloured ink.
exactly the same stencil, just change the colour of the ink and you've changed the look of the card.
How beautiful is this? And Honeydew, I know, has got a very, very big fan base. So this is a new release collection. You can have everything I've just shown you, all of them apart from the one, which is the... What's that
Mystical
one
flower.
called?
Mystical bouquet.
Mystical Bouquet. Everything else is available as individuals, but of course the best value is $85.99, and it's also on three-way split pay. So it's $28.66 if you want to buy it today and spread the cost over 2 months interest-free. One payment today, one in a month, the final payment in 2 months' time. But look at what you get. All of that in one bundle. So much fun to paint and colour those and to play with those. And it's just under £86 today. EFHN 49, a big quantity of the stock went in the earlier show. So I'm lucky to say we still have a little bit to play with in this show tonight too.
Should we go for it?
Should we go for it? Let's do the demo.
Right, so we're going to start off with a completely plain white piece of cardstock and we're just going to pop some lines on it. You don't need to do anything else to this. So this is a 5.5 inch card. So we are going to score at 2 3/4, which is our middle line, and then every 1/4 of an inch, no, every 1/8 of an inch on either side. And you will end up, and I'm hoping it's going to pick it up on camera. Oh, we might not. You'll end up with just some lines through the middle here. You can just pick them up there. Look, if I put my shadow on there. That's all I want on the base of my card. I'm going to put that off to one side.
Nice, stylish.
Going to take some vellum. We are known for our flowers, as we've said before. Poor Dave's having to bend down. If you get to see him, he's leaning down because I haven't got my heels on today, and he's about 7 foot taller than me.
Well, we sometimes like a wooden stand for the guests to stand on, because I am quite tall. So I'll just lean forward. My back's better now, so I can do this. A couple of weeks ago, I couldn't do it.
Oh, I know, it's awful when you hurt your back, isn't it? So we've got a piece of vellum. I've put anti-static on it. If you haven't got one, don't panic. With your flowers, 1 in 3 is all that you really need to make work. With Versamark onto vellum, you can usually get 3 and sometimes 4 and 5 generation images without re-inking it. So I've gone with 4.
I thought you had to do it each time.
Oh no, and you actually get better images as you go along, because onto vellum it doesn't soak in like it would do into cardstock.
Right.
So you actually get a more fine detail on your second and third and fourth image.
What we're doing with Amanda now is putting up the details of the individual stamps as she's using them. So if you do want the Forever Flowers, that's $9.99 WLHN 19.
So we've got our white embossing powder, which again I'm not sure if it's on your website, but it's coming back if it isn't. Okay. We're just waiting for our supply to come in.
Website, haven't you?
We do, yes. Yep. It's got a couple of 100 items on there, so yeah, there's lots on there. So with vellum, I get my heat gun as hot as I can. For the very rare occasion, I heat from above. Okay. Once your flower has started, or the powder's started to melt on your flower, move it along. Don't be tempted to go back and give it that extra once over, because if you overheat embossing powder on vellum, it will start to crack off. Okay. The stuff that we're doing to it, you can expect to lose some of it anyway. But if you go back and do, oh, I've missed a bit on that bottom corner there. If you go back and do that extra once over, you're just...
Can I just hold that to everyone at home? Look at the effect. If I just angle that to the camera and let light play on it, it makes it so much more vibrant, doesn't it?
And you can see this one, where are we? The bottom one was the first one I did. Yeah. This was the last one I did. So you can see this one's much juicier than this one. Oh, okay. So this one picks up much more detail on it.
Love it. But yeah, it picks up the light beautifully well. Wonderful and shiny. Love that.
So the colours I'm using today are Faded Jeans and Shabby Shutter. So I've got my blending brush and I'm literally turned this over and I've scribbled on the back. Mm-hmm. This isn't heat-resistant acetate, vellum, sorry. It's not anything special. You actually don't want the heat-resistant because that's designed to go through a printer and not curl. And we want these flowers to curl. Okay. So I've literally scribbled on the back and then I would go in and cut these out. I have cut some more out already, so don't panic. I'm actually going to cut these stamens off because I want just the flower. I don't want that extra piece. Mm-hmm. And I've gone quite close into that centre circle. If you're not the most confident in fussy cutting, give yourself a little border around the edge, and that will take people's eye away from your cutting.
And by the way, those blending brushes you saw Amanda use, we have those available in the show as well, coming up fairly soon. So.
Once you've cut it all out, you're going to end up with something like this. I have little mini kebab sticks, but any kebab stick will do. And I'm just literally taking the petal from one side and I'm wrapping that vellum around that kebab stick. And it will give us, can be anything like that. And I'm going to do that on each of the petals.
And would vellum normally kind of keep it shaped like that? Or is it the embossing powder that's doing
it? It does help. The embossing powder does definitely help, but it should, once you've put it in position, it will predominantly hold it. It might not hold it quite as tightly as you've done it. Mm-hmm. And then all I'm going to do is pop it in the middle of my hand, give it a poke and a wiggle. I am holding that in my hand. I'm not scrunching it, I'm just wiggling it. Mm-hmm. And then the heat from my hand makes that flower stand right up. As I say, you will lose some embossing powder, but you're asking plastic to stick to plastic, basically. Yeah, yeah. So you're asking a huge amount of it.
And then vellum was plastic.
Yeah, it used to be skin of a sheep or something. Right. But now it's synthetic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thank
goodness.
Yeah.
So I've got 3 layers built up there. We've got 3 layers built up on the large one, and then we've got a little dinky one here. We're going to take our glue. You don't need very much glue in here. Just a little dab in the middle. Mm-hmm. Probably more than I should have done. That came out quicker than I was expecting. And you're going to angle these off centre. I'm going to take that kebab stick again because it's a great tool for holding that in place. Mm-hmm.
And look how the dimension really makes it come to life.
It really does change the whole look of it. So while I'm holding that, I've got a piece of cardstock that I've literally just gone around the edge with the blending brush and with whatever ink was left on the blending brush, just so that it all ties in together.
Nice.
And before I stick this down, we're just going to pop a sentiment on here, and I have gone with... Oh, by the way, sorry, I'm jumping ahead here. Look, I forgot to tell you, I've done the same with some leaves. Exactly the same technique. I've just scribbled green shabby shutter on the back.
Okay.
So once we put this all together, it will all build up. So we've got thinking of you on this one. Now, I'm actually going to do this with my Versamark and my Distress Oxides. Distress Oxides aren't great usually for getting a clear stamped image. If you put a little bit of your Versamark on first, now, disclaimer here, this is entirely up to you. You don't have to do it. It's never affected my Distress Oxides, but if you're worried that it does, you don't have to do it. But
it's a tip that Amanda finds useful.
Means the ink holds onto the stamp a little bit better. You'll get a much clearer image of your sentiment, and it will be slightly darker.
I've never heard that before, of using the sticky ink in that way.
It really helps it to keep that colour there. I forgot to pop my gems in, so I'm going to quickly grab some of my Happy Gems and pop them in the middle really, really super quick, just because that just finishes them off. Without sticking to me. And then we'll pop this on our first layer.
Now, the individuals I mentioned, we always have more stock of the big bundle because that's normally more popular. But if you are cherry picking some of the individuals, some of them are getting very low in stock. So check out which ones you want before more sellouts of those.
So we've layered those two pieces up. Then I'm going to take my flowers and using that centre lines that we've just made, we're going to pop some of these down on here.
And this is the honeydew glue as well.
The sticky glue, which I do believe is still on your website.
UK made.
Certainly is.
I do like those embossed lines you've done on there.
It really does just make, adds just that tiny little bit of detail, but it's really effective. I will do a close, you can kind of, if I keep a shadow in there, you can sort of see the lines on there and how they hold it all together. That one doesn't want to stick there. I told you I'd put a little bit too much glue in there. Sometimes if you put too much glue on here, it was going to argue with you. So we'll just, hopefully that will stick in 2 minutes.
Now the flame stencil, this one, that's now gone, but it's still available in the big bundle, okay? If that was your favourite, you can only get this now in the main bundle for $85.99 with the 3 split pays. Not surprised that was the first one to go.
Nor am I. It's really effective. So we just hold those in. And that one, I would hopefully we'll get to it embossed through the embossing machine. I love it.
Okay.
And the quilted one embossed through, and the leaf one. You saw the leaf crest earlier. It's brilliant. Again,
but look how graceful and stylish these flowers look. Now adding the foliage as well, just a little bit of, was it shabby shutters, the colour?
Shabby shutter on there, yeah. Just to give it a little hint. It doesn't, with this particular card, you don't want it to be in your face.
No.
It's just a really subtle colour on here. It's very difficult because when we do cards at home, prep work and stuff, I really have to think about the colours. They look really vibrant when I'm putting them together, but sometimes on TV they don't show up as bright as. So we will take pictures of these and pop them on our website and stuff as well. So you will see them all there as well.
And this could be, maybe a get well soon card for someone that's not feeling very well. Could be a sympathy card as well. But it could be something joyous if you use a different sentiment.
Yeah, it's all down to the sentiments, isn't it?
Yeah.
I was saying earlier, I quite often don't put sentiments with stuff because people look at it and think, oh, that's a sympathy card or that's a birthday card. I can't use it for anything else. So it's quite often I'll do separate sentiments. That's just a mix of lots of different things. And that's it. How simple is that card to make?
Beautiful.
Sit in front of the TV, cut your flowers out, and you're away.
So all Amanda's used basically is Distress Oxide, a couple of colours, faded jeans and shabby shutters, if you want to find those on our website. A little bit of vellum or parchment would do as well. Some white embossing powder, and really that was it.
That was it.
Yeah. Beautiful. And of course, the key thing is to have the collection. So this is the last show from Amanda for today. Is it your last show before Christmas?
It's the last show before Christmas.
Wow.
Can you believe? Where's this year
So
gone?
if you want to get honeydew and want to get this as a treat for yourself, or nudge someone sat next to you saying that you'd like to have this as your gift for Christmas, here it is. You get all these stamps and you get all these amazing stencils as well. The whole lot for £85.99. Which is giving you about £5 or £6 discount off the price, and it's on 3 split pays as well. And take a little look at these wonderful stencils you're getting, 8x8 most of them. Then all of these stamps that you can see here are coming along with it too. And then going down, all of these. It's like burning the bolt, isn't it?
It is.
Left a bit, right a bit, fire. Then you've got what looks like to me like a circuit board, possibly. It could be that. It could be all sorts of other things too.
I need you around when I'm naming things, Dave.
Just give me a call. And then the flame, there you go. That flame has sold out on its own, only available now in the big collection. But having it on split pay is a godsend, especially at this time of the year. Interest-free over 3 payments, 1 today. So your first payment would only have to be £28.66 and you'll get the entire collection. We'll take a short break. A brilliant time for you to check out your baskets or give the call centre a call. We'll be back with more from Amanda after this. Shopping with Hobbymaker couldn't be easier. You can shop via our website at www.hobbymaker.co.uk, where you can watch our live shows and see all the products from that day. We also have a huge amount of products on our website, from your craft room essentials to paper, tools, cutting machines and much more. You can download and shop on the go with our Hobbymaker app. Simply head over to your app store and search Hobbymaker. Alternatively, you can call our UK-based call centre 24 hours a day on 0800 001 4433. Shopping made easy at Hobbymaker. Are you having trouble finding the perfect gift? Then why not treat them to the Hobbymaker gift card? Decide between posting the card or delivery by email, and then decide how much you want to add. You choose the value. So what do you get the crafter that's got everything? Why not treat yourself or them to the Hobbymaker gift card?
If you're shopping here at Hobbymaker and have a discount code to use, this is applied at the checkout via our website or app. Once you've added all your items to your basket, simply pop the code in the discount box and click Redeem. The price will automatically adjust and then you're ready to continue with checkout. Alternatively, if you're shopping with us by phone, our friendly help team will apply the discount for you. Shopping made easy with Hobbymaker.
Welcome back with Amanda and Honeydew here at Hobbymaker. Great to have Amanda here. It's the last show before Christmas. One thing that I know Amanda used in the demonstration that probably lots of eagle-eyed of you have noticed is this blending brush. This is superb because this is the large. So you're going to get 2 of these, but just look at how many bristles you've got on this. For blending, it is just the perfect brush, but it's allowing you to do larger surface of areas absolutely effortlessly. And the top of the handle looks almost like a gemstone. It's beautifully done. And they come in their little cases, protective cases too. So you get 2 this size for £9.98. How about that? Maybe you've already got a couple, you need a couple more for different colourways, different colour families. £9.98 gets you 2 of the ultimate blending brushes, TEHN 54. But because it's actually cut, the bristles are cut to go to like a point, you can do quite detailed areas as well, just using the tip. Now, loads of you coming in for these right now. No surprises there, they are invaluable. And yeah, because they've got the cases, they're going to be kept protected, but also if you wanted to put maybe colour family names on there, like greens or blues or reds or whatever, and these sort of prices, 2 for £9.98, maybe you fancy going for a couple of them to get 4 or maybe even 8. Loads of you coming through for them right now. Georgina in Lancashire's checked out. Hello to Crafter in East Riding of Yorkshire. Tina in the West Midlands. Many of you are going for multiples. So a set of 2 for £9.98. Now that you're looking at that's the large and the medium. So you get 2 large. The medium is a different item number. I'll show you. So that's the medium. So you can have 2 large for £9.98, or if you want the medium ones and you prefer those, they're only £7.98 for 2, but they are different sizes, obviously. You get both of those for basically £4 each.
Exactly.
Or £3.99 each.
Yeah.
Really good value for money. If that other one's a bit too big for you, prefer something a little bit smaller, just look at all the fibres you've got, look at all the bristles you've got in there for an effortless blend £7.98 with the cases, and it's WPHN80. Okay, right, demo
So,
2.
demo 2, we are using the rectangles, squares and rectangles stencil.
Yeah.
So I've already done some of this. So we're just going to go in and just lightly go over the top. Again, this is using just 3 different colours that blend together, and the stencils are a fab way of doing that. So we've got Seedless Preserve, Dusty Concord, and Shaded Lilac this time.
Perfect.
So we'll just quickly go over this. I'm going to try and get in as many demos as we can, so I've got lots of these already prepped. So that's a slightly lighter version. So I'm going to go in with our slightly darker version, because I really like it a bit darker. And literally all we're going to do for this layer, but remember I mentioned in your earlier show, don't clean your stencil yet. You don't want to be wasting all that ink that's on there.
No, true.
So here we go.
Okay, now the big collection, I've got to warn you, we're now down to single figure stock of availability of the new big collection. Absolutely flying out the door right now, and it's on 3-way split pay. Here come the details if you want it. All the stamps, all the stencils, for not £91.44, that's what the price should be. You get it for £85.99, and it's on 3-way split pay as well. So £28.66 is your first payment, but you get the whole new collection from Amanda and Honeydew.
So we are going to use the Mystical Bouquet, which is available still in the few
In the bundle,
that's left.
Individually, it's sold out.
So we will just... So again, I'm using the VersaFine Onyx Black.
Yeah. And that's a permanent ink, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
But we cheat a little bit and we do use embossing ink on here. I've managed to get that all over the place. That's because I'm rushing, because I want to get as many in as we can. Believe it or not, I gave Alex, our producer, a list of 6 demos we can try and get in. And we'll do our best.
We're going to try and get all of them in. As many as we can, yeah.
I think my most is 5, and I think that might have even been with you, Dave.
I seem to remember that,
Once upon a time,
actually.
we did
Yeah.
5. So yeah, we're quite good at cramming them. It's like a certain children's TV programme that we all used to watch. So we'll pop all of that powder on there, give that a light tap. Get rid of this, and I gave myself a new pot of powder today, and it's particularly full, so we've wasted lots. I did, I know how to live, look. And then we're going to heat this one from underneath as quickly as I can.
So you heated from above for the white embossing
I
powder
did.
on the vellum, but on card you go underneath.
Underneath, you'll get a much smoother finish if you do it from underneath.
Right.
And also, because Onyx, the VersaFines and embossing powder aren't the best of friends, it means that you put a barrier between the amount of air that comes out of your heat gun, and particularly if you're colouring, it means it won't jump, the powder won't jump around as much.
Okay.
So you won't get the sort of spots where you can't lay any colour down because it's got embossing powder on there.
And just look at how shiny
It's
and
mesmerising, isn't it?
vibrant the black is now. You can see it on the screen.
It really does shimmer. So again, I've done one of these earlier. So that stencil that's still got all of that lovely ink on there, just going to lay it on here. I'm just going to I haven't added any extra on there. I'm just going to use the ink that's on the brush already, and just use up some of what's in there, just to give it a little bit of colour on the edges. That's all you needed to add to it. And then I'll just grab a few colours. Where are we going? We'll go here. And again, I'm not, it's not watercolour cardstock, so I wasn't going to be blending with this. So you're just going to go around filling in all your gaps. You can colour over the top. Just remember you need to go in and blot it. And hopefully you'll end up with something that looks along these lines.
Oh, love it. And that is an easy design to colour in, isn't it?
So easy. And again, colouring is so therapeutic. If I'm demoing at a show and I start colouring, I have to remind myself I'm supposed to be talking to people, because I zone into my own little world. So this is, going to move around.
Now, nearly every single one of these bundles is in baskets. I think 1 or 2 may not be yet, but virtually all of them are. Check them out if you can. Juliet in Lincolnshire, Joan in Tyneham Weir, David in Suffolk. All of you check your baskets out to confirm.
Oh, I think I know David in Suffolk.
Oh, do you?
I think I do.
Yeah. Hi, David.
There we go. And how simple is that? So
That's great.
easy to do.
Yeah.
I
And
know.
that
I've
little bit of
completely-
detail in the corners, tie
just
back
pulls the
round in.
whole thing back in. It makes you realise that actually, yes, you can use geometrics with florals. There's nothing that says you can't.
Okay. Well, if everyone checks their baskets out, I think this is going to be a sellout collection, but there's still a chance for you to be a proud owner of it if you go to our website or tap the app or phone the free phone number 0800 001 4433. That will get you through to the call centre. And just say you want EFHN 49, and if one is still available, it can be yours, and you'll get it in the next few days, which is fantastic. Right, now.
I'm coming back, I promise.
Okay. We're going to go to another demo with another stamp which has historically been massively, massively popular.
Massively.
This is not in the new collection, but it is available singularly. When you see it, you'll know why, and you'll realise why it's been so popular. You've got the butterfly wing on one side, and then a wonderful cascading flourish of butterflies on the other side. And you've also got birthday wishes, social butterfly as a sentiment, and then the one on the top says it doesn't have to be perfect to inspire. $9.99 is your price. Under £10 for actually 1, 2, 3, 4 stamps. One of them huge. I love that butterfly image.
This is one of our most popular stamps still today. Is still one of our most popular stamps. And if I have a demo, I have a particular card that we sometimes put on display. And if that's on display, we sell out of it every time.
I'm not surprised. Really imaginative. I've never seen a butterfly quite like that before. Really clever design, and yeah, it's going to make any project you're working on literally pop. Whether it's a canvas on a wall, a mixed media project, whether it's maybe a journal that you want to put the butterfly in, or on the front of a card, stunning. $9.99, and it's yours. One of the best sellers from Honeydew, and that's coming up next.
Right. So I need to be 10 foot tall today. Look, I'm stood next to David.
It's not too late to get the step in.
I'll fall off the step now in my luck.
Okay, yeah.
So we are going to do some embossing. Now, let me try and bring this in a little bit. So we have got literally cardstock and my stencil. Now, this is the way I do it. Everybody has a different way of doing it. Every machine is different.
Right.
Find what works for your machine and go with it.
Okay.
You don't have to do it exactly the same way that I am. This is just how I've always done it and how it works for me.
Okay.
So we are literally running this through. And coming back on me because I can't reach at the other end.
Now, every one of the social butterflies we've got available is in baskets. So this is going to be perhaps another sellout. So please check out Norma, Muriel, Georgina, Kim, Christine. I know Crafter in East Riding of Yorkshire's checked out already. Dorothy and Christine have checked out already too.
I'm just going to have to bend down and put this on the floor again. It's too big a machine to have up there.
And we don't have masses of stock of anything really, because you are a family business.
We are.
You don't deal in thousands, you deal in,
Yeah.
you know, 10s and 20s and 30s, that sort of thing. So.
I think we had a good chunk on here today and it's flown out. They rang us on Tuesday and asked us for more stock.
Yeah.
And we provided what we could. And yeah, we're kind of, our website's selling out, you're selling out.
That big bundle, we did have a large quantity of that. Lots of the individuals we don't have many of, that's why some of those have gone. But the big bundle is about to go. But if you want the social butterfly, which I must admit is my favourite, I do love that.
It is beautiful, isn't it?
$9.99.
So that's it run through the die cut machine.
Wow.
So you've got your embossed, I'm trying to catch the light on there so you can see it. So it's embossed. I'm then going to take this stencil and leave it on the top. And
If you like this quilted background on its own, it's only $7.50 for an 8x8 stencil.
This is where I realise
Bargain.
I don't think I've got my pink brush out yet. There's my pink brush, and we'll grab a pink somewhere. There we go. So, pink blending brush. So this is the medium size. And I'm just going to pop some ink on there. Now, by leaving this on here, or placing it back over the top, and running over the top, you're going to get sort of a real 3D effect.
Now the brushes, you're loving those. I'm not surprised at those prices. You do get 2 medium or 2 large. Make sure you're ordering the one that you want. And in my experience, most people have got more than 2 blending brushes. They've probably got a dozen or more.
At least.
Yeah.
Once you start playing with them, you can't stop. So
Quilted stencil is about to sell out, I've just been told. If you want this on its own, be quick.
Right.
I can't remember doing a show where so many sellouts are so imminent.
That'll be nice.
Yeah,
Keep Martin busy tomorrow, packing the orders.
Or does he do the packaging?
He does all the packaging.
Okay, right.
Believe it or not, I planned it really badly and I've got a hairdresser's appointment tomorrow morning.
or very well, which is, as the case may be.
So literally running that all the way over the top. And as I say, I had to stop myself playing with these once I started embossing with them because they become a little bit addictive. So remove that, and there we go.
Oh,
it's really, really picks. I don't know if it's.
So now it's coloured, and now it's got that raised texture as well.
So you could go in with all your gems and bits and pieces. So I've got one. I have actually chosen to go in and trim that extra edge off because obviously the design means that we have to have a border to hold it together. I didn't want that border on my finished piece, so all I've done is just go in and trim that off all the way round.
If you like that stencil, we've got 5 left before it sells out. So quick.
You lot are keeping me on my toes this afternoon.
Oh, the stencil sold out. Oh, the big bundle. We've only got 5 left. £85.99, 5 remain of the big bundle, EFHN49. We did have a big quantity of the big stock, of the big bundle, but we're down to the last 5.
So I'm just going to pop this down because I'm always losing pieces. I don't know about anybody else, but my craft table kind of looks like a bomb's hip when I start crafting.
Yeah, mine
so
too.
I try and put things together if I can as I'm going. So that's the card base done. I've stuck a couple of little gems on in there. I don't want to get carried away. And I'm going to do this one as a tent fold rather than a stand-up card.
Yep.
Right, where are we? Butterfly. Social one. Mm-hmm. So, piece of vellum again. I'm going to use, I'm just going to stamp this out and not going to cut it out. I would stamp this out twice. But I will explain how to cut it out. I don't want to do it in that one, I want to do it in this one. So we're going to ink that stamp up. This is clear embossing powder.
Right.
Ink, sorry. It's the sticky Versamark ink.
Yep.
Plenty of ink on there. And we're going to stamp out once. You can see how well loved my stamp is, look. Mm-hmm. And then stamp out a second time.
And you don't have to re-ink it.
You don't have to re-ink it. You could go a third and a fourth if you wanted to and make your butterfly really full. But you don't have to. Right. Crystal, no, I want white. Oh, come on.
Don't forget, still to come tonight, we've got Craft Buddy with a brand new calendar for 2025, which is going to be very, very popular. And then we've got James with Creative Expressions, looking back at some of the best-selling collections from them of 2024.
Can you believe we're almost halfway through the month of December?
I know.
In 2024.
It's scary.
Where has this time gone?
And kind of prep time for Christmas is
running out,
which I'm getting a bit nervous about, to be honest.
So we've done a white one, and we are now going to do a white opal, which is the white powder with a sparkle in it.
Do you know what? I've got no excuses for being unprepared for Christmas because we've been doing it since June. I knew it was coming, 6 months ago. I knew
Christmas is a long season for us crafters.
It is.
It really is.
But I think because it's so long, you kind of think, oh, well, there's always next week.
Plenty of time. And
then it suddenly creeps up on you.
So I'm not going to heat both of these, I don't think. We'll see how we do the time. We've got about 15, 20 minutes, I suppose.
Okay.
So we are just going to...
This is glitter embossing powder, yeah?
So this is the white opal. So it's a white powder with a glitter in it. This is part of one of the collections that you have on your website.
So that's available if you look for Honeydew on our website, the brand page. You'll find that one. Perfect to use in this stamp, isn't it?
It's lovely for the stamp. I will just heat this one quickly so that you can see it separate.
That's amazing.
Oh, it doesn't want me to pick it up. I always hold vellum in the air. You need to allow the heat to travel through on your vellum when you're heat embossing it. Okay. As I say, it's not anything special. It's not heat resistant. It's just a general normal vellum that anybody can buy. You're going to go round and cut these out. Now, obviously, I'm not going to go in there and cut every single piece out.
I was wondering.
And I'm not going to cut every single antennae out. So hopefully, you will end up with something that looks like this. Ooh. So we have just given ourselves an edge. Now we've got the plain white one underneath and the sparkly white one on the top. I think I would have quite liked some pink leaves.
I'm just thinking, I'm wondering how many people watching this at the moment are thinking, I'd like a tattoo like that.
I know, it would make a nice tattoo if you were into tattoos, wouldn't it? So I'm just going to pop some because I'd already stuck this down, we're just going to give our sparkly one a little bit of colour too. We're going to take, I've done a sentiment which says it doesn't have to be perfect to inspire. Now I've got some foam pads on here, so I'm going to pop a little bit of glue on there, which gives me some wiggle room to put my sentiment down where I want it to be.
Now, just so you know, Alex is actually at the moment putting every single item that we had in the show available to us from this new collection and last collections, all on the website. Should be able to see everything. So if there's anything that we've not shown you yet and you want to go and look on our website to see other stamps and other stencils, please feel free to look.
Right, so we are just going to, we pop some glue down the middle of the body.
Yeah.
And just sticking that on there, and that's it.
Wow. I don't know, let me just get this to the camera so you can see the sparkle on these wings. What was that embossing powder called?
That's the white opal.
So white opal, look on Honeydew's brand page on our website, it should be there, but look at that, isn't that amazing? And the all-important social butterfly is the stamp that will give you that amazing, amazing image. Now we're going to go to our fourth demo, which I think is the carnation next, is that right?
Carnation, we're going to go pink again, my goodness.
Okay.
The flame stencil, have we still got a collection? Can we do that one as a...
Yeah, the
That's a
collection's still
super
in stock, but we've got less than, well, we've got single figures. That's all we've got.
I can do that.
If you want the main collection, remember it's got everything that's actually up on the display just there. It's £85 and 96 pence. 99, 85.99, down from 91.44, and it's on three-way split pay, interest-free, fee-free. 28.66 is all you pay today if you want split pay. If you don't, you want to pay in full, you can do that. The last few of these big collections available, you get the lot. And the flame stencil is in the big collection, but it's sold out on its own. So we'll show it to you.
This is
now.
literally, I'm going to do the quickest demo you will have ever seen in your life, because I have already embossed this. So rather than me put it through the embossing machine again, to save time, we'll try and get that other demo in. But rather than do another pink demo for a minute, we'll give us a pink break.
Okay.
We've quickly jumped this one in. So that's it embossed.
Yep, beautiful.
Then I'm going to do the same thing again. Line this stencil up somewhere. There we go.
It kind of clicks in place.
It does. It will give, there you go. It just locked itself. You saw that go in there. Just be careful because we have got a bit of an edge, but again, I have got one already done if I need to cover that up. So just going to take, where are all my blue brushes now? Because I grabbed everything in a hurry, look. There they all are. We'll just go with blue. There we go. So we've got a dark blue.
If someone's starting out, how many blending brushes would you recommend
I
owning
started
for you?
out with just the families. So the blues, the only things I gave their own colours to was we had yellow, which was the mustard seed, because that one just spreads like wildfire. And the other one that I did was lumberjack plaid, which is a red.
Right.
Everything else I've kind of done in colour families. So I've got
Blues,
oranges,
greens,
reds,
yep.
blues, greens. And then as it went on, I sort of have got a dark blue, a light blue, a blue. That's how I've sort of separated it so that we know. I'm looking for my other blue, but we'll just go with two blues.
Okay.
So that's how I originally started separating them. So we've just gone with a light blue and a blue.
For the main collection, the next three of you to check out will get the last three.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. It's still not sold out yet, but the next three of you to check out your baskets or give us that first split pay will be the lucky owner of the last three of the new collections.
Right, so as I said, this is a super, super quick. I'm not even going to finish with that one because we'll just go, oh, there we go.
Love it.
So that was actually what was left over on the stencil after I'd inked the first one, which wasn't embossed.
So the brush just takes the ink off the stencil.
So I just took the stencil, and that just wiped that off. So this is the quickest card you will make in your life, I promise you. So we're going to take...
And one of the most striking with that stencil.
It's one of those cards that once you've started making them, you could be there for a very long time.
I mean, different people will see different things in it. I saw flame, to start off with, like a phoenix flame. Alex, our producer, saw a flower. Yeah, I can see that,
yeah,
obviously.
definitely.
I mean, it looks so powerful, like it's exploding almost. So.
And I just think, and as you mentioned earlier, it'd be a great one for scent angling or anything like that.
Oh, yeah,
You can
totally, yeah.
really, because they're quite large cutouts on there for the stencil, so it really will just make it pop. Then all I've done is take the sentiment, which is birthday wishes, and that is from the social butterfly we just had. Look at the state of this desk. I've literally just thrown everything everywhere.
It's kind of half of the course, really, Amanda. You're not the only one. It's usually a mess on the floor.
I don't think I've ever crafted quite like this. And then I'm just going to pop a sentiment down on the bottom here.
More demos, the merrier.
And that is it. That's how quick that card would be. And really, all I did ahead of time was I ran it through a die cut machine, which you saw me do 2 minutes ago, which took seconds.
Yeah. What a wonderful stencil that is. Remember, the only way you can get that stencil now is in the main bundle, of which we have literally a couple left, that's all. That is on three-way split pay, so a couple of them sold out. The stencil sold out. We also sold out of, what was the stamp that sold out?
Mystical Bouquet, I believe.
Mystical Bouquet, that's right. A few of the other stamps from the big bundle are still available separately on the website if you go and have a little look. But a lot of them, if you're watching this at a different time, maybe later on tonight, on demand.
Good luck.
Yeah, I don't think there'll be much left at all. Not much left at all. Okay, should we do the carnation,
Carnation next?
Okay. Now, this is again from a previous collection, but has been historically one of the best sellers from Honeydew. Whenever they do the shows out and about around the country, this is always one of the ones to sell the quickest. And here we go. You've got different carnation heads, and then you've got the foliage there as well. So good that they're separate. £9.99 is all this is. For 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stamps, so £2 a stamp. Made in the UK, hence the Union Jack up there. Lots of you coming in for it already for this. Oh, I can see why. Look at this.
Oh, this is one of those ones. So there's lots of different ways. This is what we're going to end up with.
Because when I looked at that, I thought, well, is that a carnation, really?
I know.
But look.
That's what you're going to end up with.
Multiple layers, you end up with a carnation pom-pom.
And these ones have had just ink wiped over the top once it's made up. So it gives you like those, is it pinks? Carnation pinks? That's why I've ended up, I do lots of pink carnations.
Well, as soon as I saw that, I thought, oh, right, I get it now. Because that to me didn't look like a carnation, but when you stamp it multiple times and cut it out, that's a carnation, a very believable carnation.
It is. So again, I've just got a few layers here. I've got so much stuff on this desk. A few layers here that I've literally taken those blending brushes and gone around the outside edge. Yeah. I'm just going to whip those out of our way. We didn't think we would have to get to this demo, so I hadn't got quite as much prep on it as
well, 40% of the carnation stamp has gone as well, in seconds.
I think once that carnation is seen. Now, it does have multiple layers. This is one that you are going to sit down in front of the telly and prep. Yeah. So stamp yourself out, lots and lots of carnations.
So how many layers makes a pom-pom like that?
Depending on how full you want it. I think those ones are about 7 to 9 layers. Right. So I have loads of little bundles like this. So these are offcuts of my A4 sheets of paper. When I've used vellum as a size, I never throw it away. Okay. And I keep them for things like this. So I've got loads in all the various different sizes. So we've got them small one, and I've coloured in on the back. So what you saw me do at the start of the show with the Forever Flowers, that's exactly what we did here. We stamped it out, white embossing powder, turned it over and coloured it in black. Oh.
The balloons are fighting back.
They are. I thought that was going to land on us then, Dave.
Oh.
It might still.
It still might.
Here we go.
Hang on. I'll hold it.
Oh, Lord.
Holes come out.
Dave's going to do some work while we carry on with this. So I have got some already done. With the large ones, once you've cut them out, and because it's a tatty flower, you don't have to be perfect at cutting them out, which is also a real dream. Again, I'm trying, under all my muddle here, trying to find my scissors.
I'll just spend the hour like this.
Have you really got to do that, Dave?
There's a pole, it's come out of the...
It stops you making me look so short.
I feel like the Statue of Liberty.
So I've cut all the way in, and I've cut all the way around the edge, and then I've taken my scissors almost to the centre, but not quite. That gives you the room. Now this makes it look like a bit of a dog's dinner to start with, so we're going to take each petal and fold them as near to the middle as possible. Excuse all the squeaks that are going on. We're trying to repair the balloon arch.
You wait for a big bang in a minute.
It probably will.
Meet Alex, everyone, producer Alex.
So we've got that all scrunched up, folded in half. Then we are going to take those petals and we're going to fold them back on themselves. So we're making like a W. Can you see that? There we go. So it makes a W. And you're going to do that on each of the petals. Poor Alex.
Nice work, Alex. Nice work.
Oh, perfect.
No one will notice the thing.
Nothing's happening here.
Nothing's changed.
Nothing to see here. So it's going to look like this. Then you're going to just eke those out slightly.
While Alex was in here helping us out, the carnation stamp is now sold out. But we'll still carry on with the demo.
So we're going to pop that in our hand like we did the other one and just give it a wiggle. The heat of that will allow it to stand up like so. Now, so far we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 layers. So this one's probably going to be about 8. At least you haven't got to be in this set this evening for the next hour, have you?
Not for the next hour. I am later on at 9 o'clock, but no, 8 o'clock.
And then you're just going to build them up. You're going to off-center them as much as you can. You don't want them to stack on top of each other because you won't get that same effect. And they're all the same size. Right. So don't be tempted to go in with different sizes of each one.
I don't think I've ever seen a carnation look so real before. It's really lovely.
It is a really, really popular set of stamps for us.
I see why. Yeah.
It is definitely a card that you're going to put in a box.
Yes.
Or maybe hand deliver.
Yes.
It's not going to go in an envelope.
No, absolutely. You wouldn't want it to.
But when you put all of this work into it, you don't want it to.
No.
So I'm just going to hold that. It will fight you because you've got a lot of pressure on that little bit of glue in there.
I think it's fantastic.
So somewhere amongst all of this. So with your set of stamps, you can see my set of stamps is so well loved. You get your 2 stems as well. So I've just stamped those out a couple of times on here. I worked out in my head where I wanted those these stamped flowers to go first.
By the way, the bundle, the next 2 of you to check your baskets out will get the last 2. 2 remaining, that's it, of EFHN 49.
And I've got, again, a couple of layers of the pink and green. This has been a very pink show, hasn't it? Oh, well. I did warn everybody on my Facebook Live last night. I said, I seem to have gone back to my pink phase. I had a blue phase, we're now back to pink.
Embrace the pink.
So we'll just layer those up like so. So that's your base. See, I did warn you that this is going to fight me a little. Let's hope we can beat that. This would be a really nice card because I know you can't take a lot of hospitals don't let you take flowers in.
No, they don't anymore.
So this would be really nice for something like that as well. So we're going to pop the big flower on first.
They won't have a problem with vellum.
Nobody's allergic to that, I wouldn't have thought. And then we're going to take the medium. This is the medium. The small one, you probably would only need about 4, maybe 5 layers for the small one. But the smaller you go, the harder they are to fold.
Right.
So be aware of that. But they make a beautiful card. I haven't stuck that down yet, so I'll have to...
I mean, that would take pride of place, centre of the mantelpiece, wouldn't it? It really would.
I think it would. It's a really effective card.
And when the person who gets it, receives it, knows that you've actually handmade those carnations, they're going to be so impressed.
And I think it's one of those flowers that certainly I know my grandparents, it was my grandmother's favourite, it was my grandfather's favourite flower. I never met my grandfather, but even then I knew that when we went to his grave, it was his favourite flower. It was always, carnations had to go on there.
Love that. Well, we've got a battle of the baskets. More people want the big bundle than we actually have stock. So the next, literally, couple of you to check your baskets out will be lucky, and then that'll be a complete sellout. So timing-wise, it's worked really well because we're selling out of virtually everything bit by bit by bit. As we're going along, yeah.
So that's it. I mean, you will lose some of the white powder, embossing powder on here, but because of the amount of detail that's on here, you will not notice that at all. I'm going to still fight that one.
Okay, now, Dan, our director, wants me to hold this up to camera too. Look at that. Isn't that just beautiful? So it's vellum or parchment, you can use if you want to, white embossing powder, multiple layers of that stamp to make the most realistic carnation
I think Alex was desperate to see how that was actually going to make it look like a carnation.
Yeah, you had to come in, absolutely. So if you do want to check out your baskets, please do join the battle. There are 2 unaccounted for EFHN49. Now, there are 29 different products that we've put on the website as well, similar but different from previous collections and current availability too. So if things that you wanted have gone, check the website. You'll see loads of other brilliant stamps from Honeydew. And this is another best-selling stencil that we've still got stock of if you want to get hold of this. This one's called the Dotty Circle Stencil, for obvious reasons. Now, that could be bubbles, it could be champagne, it could be bubble bath. It could be all sorts of things.
Absolutely anything. And you can use it just as it is, pop a sentiment in the middle, you're done. Birthday card finished.
Dotty Circle Stencil, this was a previous release, wasn't it?
It was. We've had it on, the first release was August, September time, I think, October. We brought it back in November because it sold out so fast in October.
Yep.
And then it sold out really fast in November. Our pre-order sold out as well.
Wow.
So we brought it back again and we gave triple the amount of stock this time.
Honeydew are so popular. What they do is so good. All beautiful British quality as well. £6.50, and 80% of the stock of this is gone as well. It's a 7x7 stencil for £6.50. You know, use it for multiple reasons, for multiple designs. NAHN01. NAHN01 is the product number if you want to go for that. But everything else is on the website. Go to hobbymaker.com. Also, Honeydew have got their own brand page, and there's about 200 products on there as well. Even when Amanda's not here, you can still order if it's in stock.
So that's everything we've done today.
Look at that. So we've done it. 5 demos. Well,
5
you've done
demo.
it.
Well, yeah, we did.
Now, Nadine has just messaged about the last card. She said, that is one of the most stunning cards I've ever seen.
Thank you very much, Nadine.
Agreed, Nadine. It is quite amazing, isn't it? And I hope you've got the stamps to make your own carnations as well. Have a great Christmas.
And you.
You and your hubby.
We will.
We'll see you in the new year.
Yeah, end of January we're
End
back.
of January,
With
okay.
lots of new goodies, so watch this space.
Brilliant. Okay, that's Amanda and Honeydew. Coming up next, we've got Dawn and Craft Buddy. And before we say bye-bye at 9 o'clock, we've got James with a recap of 2024 and some brand new things you've not seen from 2024 as well from Creative Expressions. So see you after a short break at 7.